Welcome to the Secrets of Stylish Women podcast, where we celebrate the power of style and highlight the stories of dynamic women who live life on their own terms. I'm your host, Lauren Simmons, and I am a personal stylist, style educator, podcaster, and author. We go beyond trends to explore, the things that you can wear to elevate your confidence and ways, practical style strategies to help you elevate your style. But also, we delve deeper than style because style is actually the symptom. And when I say symptom, I mean that in the most loving way. I love style, but our style is often a symptom of our mindset. So we talk about topics that go beyond style and that help us think critically about what we wear and why, whether we should feed into trends or, use style as a tool to define ourselves, to stand out. My audience is women, mature women, women who have experienced a couple of things, women, middle age and beyond. I'm beyond middle age. And we're not going to let anybody push us to the background because we still have something to say. We still have stories to tell, businesses to build, love stories. We still have love stories to create. So we're still relevant. You're still relevant. And say it with me. I'm still relevant. And I can use my style as a strategic asset to help differentiate myself from other people. I can use my personal style to announce the world, hello, I'm here, to make it almost impossible for people to at least visually overlook you. And once you're seen physically, you can use that as, a foot in the door to show the other gifts and talents that you have. So being stylish and being substance are not, they're not mutually exclusive. You can be stylish and you can be smart and you can be sexy too, but we're not going to talk about that today. But style is something that you can actually develop. And I'm here to show you how. This podcast is all about sharing information, helping to, get rid of some of those stubborn mindsets that maybe we developed at an earlier point in life. Someone made a comment, made fun of us about something, a feature on our body, something that we can control. And it gave us a complex, a complex. It gave you a complex, whether it was your skinny legs or your forehead or your big butt or your flat butt or your big boobs or your flat. I mean, the list can go on and on and on and on and on and on. And as women, we know that the microscope is, is even more prevalent because how we look is often associated with our value. And, I'm always in favor for those who want to rewrite the narrative and redefine the way people think about something. So that's a little bit about what I'm about. Now, today's episode is going to focus on a proprietary framework that I created. It's called the DIVA Essentials. The DIVA Essentials is a 4-step process that will help you figure out how to get dressed. And it's beyond just putting clothing on your body. It's for developing a framework for how you want to show up in the world. So the DIVA Essentials, okay, I'll give you a little sneak peek. DIVA Essentials, of course, it's an acronym. DIVA, D, define your style vision. I, invest in yourself. V, view your wardrobe as a strategic asset. And then A, amplify your impact. And the DIVA Essentials has been around for quite some time, but I actually gave it a makeover recently to refresh and be more relevant in terms of the way the DIVA Essentials are positioned. But essentially, the framework is the same. The first step in undertaking anything big or small is to define the scope of what you're undertaking. If you want to dress better, you can dress better, but you can only do that if you define what better looks like, if you define what you want to look like. So we'll get into the whole framework and some of the elements you need to consider. And I also want to invite you to stay tuned because I will be offering a workshop in early February, and it's going to help you really go through these steps in depth. I'm going to teach you how to develop your own style, like a style roadmap, to help you. It's going to help you whether you shop for yourself. It's going to help you whether you are working with a personal stylist. And it's just going to help you think about style in a way that resonates with you, that kind of cuts out all the clutter and the noise. I know it's easy to want to learn how to tie your shirt 50 different ways, or how to, do interesting things with your clothing. And I'm all for that. I love creativity when it comes to personal style. But one of the things that I find, the women that I work with, yes, they want to look great. Yes, they want to look stylish. Yes, they want to convey competence and confidence, and whatever it is for that particular client. They want to do all that, but they can be stuck. They want easy ways to achieve that look without having to jump through a bunch of hurdles and hoops. So that's what I do. I help my clients create a clear vision for what they want to look like, and then we develop the steps for them to actually achieve that. So that's what the DIVA Essentials framework is all about. But before I go into a deep dive about the DIVA Essentials, of course, there's always a story. There's always a story. There's always a story. Let me get a sip of water. Hang on. Okay. So when I first started conducting style workshops, I had no previous speaking experience, no public speaking experience. I wanted to feel comfortable presenting the material. So I wanted to present it in a way that made it easy for me to remember. I didn't have a lot of experience presenting, but I knew that trying to remember content in a way like you memorize a speech is not going to work, because I like to freestyle a little bit. So if I at least have like an outline of what I'm going to speak about, then I can just go. But I wanted to create a framework to make it easier for me to teach and speak about style and helping to get to that desired style outcome. And I also wanted to create a little trick, a little, a little something clever for women to be able to easily memorize. So that's how the Diva Essentials were created. And Diva, of course, is intentional. It kind of fits into the whole topic we have going on. So that's the story behind that. And as I mentioned, it's evolved a little. I wrote my first book in 2019. It's called Find Your Fabulous: The Fearless Fashionista Approach to Developing and Owning Your Style. And I talk about the Diva Essentials in my book. And at that time, the Diva Essentials was slightly different. But again, we went through a little transformation. And again, the steps are essentially the same. But the recent change in the Diva Essentials framework really reflects, again, a more focused impact, and helps you think about style and the process to getting to that desired style outcome in a different way. Okay. Oh, and my book is available on my website, thefearlessfashionista.com. So let's get into the Diva Essentials, and you're actually getting a sneak peek of what will be included in my workshop. Of course, there's going to be a deeper dive. There's going to be more content, more specific examples, and things like that to help you build your style vision. But you're getting a sneak peek, and that's one of the benefits of being a part of the Fearless Fashionista community. That's one of the benefits of, listening to the Secrets of Stylish Women podcast, because you get insider information and updates and things that, non-followers don't get. So thank you. I appreciate you. Okay. So let me share my screen. I'm going to take you through the Diva Essentials framework. All right. There we go. All right, Diva Essentials. So, as mentioned, D is for define your style vision. I is for invest in yourself. V is for view your wardrobe as a strategic asset. And then A is amplify your impact. So, The assumption I'm making here is that you are already a woman of impact. You're delivering value, whether you are running your own business, whether you are part of an organization, whatever your role is, you're running something, you're leading something, and whatever that role is for you, your style is an important part of that story. So if you've kind of pushed that to the back burner, it's time to rethink how you can use your style as a way to amplify your impact, because you're leading, people are listening to you. You are a leader in whatever your respective line of work is, in the spaces that you occupy and show up. So you're showing up. You might as well really show up. You might as well really, really show up and use your style as a strategic asset. So we're going to get to all that. So the first step is to define your style vision. So explore who you are today. What is your life stage? What are your values? What are your goals? So where do you spend most of your time? Are you an entrepreneur? Do you travel a lot? Whatever your situation is, are you a woman who is working and pursuing a passion outside of your, main income source? Define that, write it down. So where do you spend your time? Does it require you traveling to a different town or city? What's the dress code? The spoken and unspoken dress code. Where do you spend time in terms of social engagements? When you're hanging out with your friends, date night, extracurricular activities, places of worship. So define all that. Now, when I talk about thinking about the dress code, there are dress codes for every situation, whether we have a written example or not. Generally, there's a socially acceptable way of showing up in various spaces. So think about that. Think about the connection points between all of those activities in your life. Think about whether you can dress the same way or borrow elements from the way you would show up in any of those situations. So is there a way to dress in a similar way when you are hanging out with your girls and or date night? So where there are opportunities to wear pieces of clothing in more than one setting. And then what do you really want to look like? So you want to define that as well. Are there celebrities, public figures, people in your community whose style you admire? Now, don't limit this to real people. These can be fictional television or movie characters. Olivia Pope comes to mind, or Fran Drescher from The Nanny. And they just had very distinctive ways of dressing. So if you see elements of style that you like in real people, fictitious characters, write their names down. And what are the things about their style that come to mind? What are those adjectives? Is it classy? Is it powerful, colorful, bold, classic? What are those words that define that ideal style of yours? So define that a little bit and define how you want to show up in the world. Do you want to be a woman who is not constantly tugging at her clothes or feeling self-conscious because the fit isn't quite right, or you are not really sure how you should be showing up, in various situations? That doesn't have to be you, because once you define how you want to show up, you are taking the power back. You are defining and redefining. I like to think of style as something that's going to help me elevate every space that I enter. I want to leave an impression. I want to leave people thinking, oh, well, maybe I need to dress a little better. And it's interesting. I don't know if you're familiar with Coach Sid Carter. She came on across my radar a couple of years ago, and she made headlines because she's a coach. I forget her exact position. I think she's located in Texas. And I'm not a big sports person, so I'm not as sure of her exact title, but she coaches women's basketball. She used to be a player herself, and she doesn't dress like your average coach. She doesn't wear, like business suits. She wears fly outfits. She wears color. She wears texture. She'll wear clear heels and she has long fingernails. And I'm like, yes, this is what I love. I love to see women defining and redefining spaces. And I recently read an article about her, and it said that now it seems like other coaches are elevating their style to kind of match her fly. And that's what I'm talking about, using your personal style as a way to raise raise the bar. Society is so casual now. Things are so casual now. People just want to show up looking any old kind of way all the time. And look, comfort is important. And at this point in my life, I feel like, okay, maybe I want to embrace more comfortable elements and redefine what, elevated style and bold style means for me at 52 years old. What does that mean? It means fewer stilettos, if any. You may catch me running to and from the car in a pair of stilettos, but you're not going to see me walking around all night in a pair of stilettos because it doesn't even make sense for me at this point in my life. So, in what ways can you embrace style and make it relevant for this stage of your life? It's possible. There are women out there of every age killing it when it comes to style. Style is not for the young. So, I know we spent a lot of time on the D element of the Diva Essentials, but this is the part that's really important because it's going to set the stage for everything else that comes afterwards. It's going to set the stage for how you think about shopping. It's going to set the stage for the way you think about style. So define those things. Spend a little time, thinking about those things. So you want to define your style vision. The I in Diva Essentials is invest in yourself. So you want to invest time and you want to invest money. You want to invest time in, again, developing this style vision. So you're going to look at this. You're going to look at your personal style the way you would look at and treat any other investment you make in yourself. You've invested in your education. You've invested in learning a skill. You've invested in so many other areas of your life. And nobody may have taught you how to invest in your personal style. We don't all get the benefit of being someone who has the style gene or someone who has been exposed to and put in the hours of work to learn about style. That's not everybody's, area of focus. And that's cool. And that's why people like me exist, to help you understand the benefits of style and understand how you can dress in a way that complements your body and makes you feel comfortable and makes you feel authentic. So it's an investment. So that's where you want to invest your time, understanding your style, understanding which stores carry pieces that you like or what you even like at all. Are you someone who's into sustainability, or are you someone who likes high fashion, like, or luxury? Like, you have to define that and be honest with yourself about what it is you want in terms of how you tell your style story through how you dress. So you also want to invest money. The investment of money, it's not what you think. It's not like buying the most expensive thing. It's investing money in selecting pieces that are going to last. We know fast fashion and the rate at with which clothing is produced nowadays, it's not always the highest quality. So just because something's expensive doesn't mean it's the highest quality. Just because you're investing a lot of money in something doesn't mean it's the best investment for you. So you're going to invest your money strategically. You're going to invest in pieces that you wear frequently or pieces that serve a purpose. Like, if shoes are your thing, or if I have clients who are, minimalists and they want one pair of shoes to last. So you're going to invest in those pieces that you wear frequently, those anchor pieces that are going to get a lot of wear and tear, handbags, shoes, belts, things like that. You want to invest in quality pieces, even a nice coat, a nice statement coat. So figure out those pieces that are really going to help you elevate, the pieces that you really want to invest in. It could be in a pair of, nice eyewear. What are those investment pieces for you? Identify those things that really are going to, things that are important to you. Like, some women like shoes, some women like handbags, some women like everything, but you want to narrow it down to those few pieces that you really want to spend a lot of money on. And then for everything else, of course, you want to buy quality pieces, but investment pieces, you know what they are. It's those special pieces, or something that you would only buy once every 5 years or 10 years, or it's a once in a lifetime piece. So figure out what those investment pieces are. Um, and then you want to invest in the care and repair of your clothing. You want to make sure that, if there's something wrong, if there is a hanging thread or a seam that's loose or a button, get it repaired, because if it becomes a big enough problem to where you have to replace it, now you're spending additional time and additional resources in getting it fixed. And my mother always used to say, my mother was a seamstress, and she contributed greatly for my love of style and fashion because I had that influence directly in my household. But she would say, a stitch in time saves nine. So that was one of those things that she instilled in me. And essentially, you want to fix it now before it becomes a larger problem. Okay, so that's I. So when you master the D and the I of Diva Essentials, you're going to get some clarity on your style and how you show up. And then you're going to start building a wardrobe that really reflects the woman that you are, and that is going to serve you for seasons to come, because we want to, think about our style as not something that is like a revolving door. Of course, there are those pieces that you're going to add to your wardrobe regularly. Tongue twister. Regularly. Anyway, on a regular basis. How about that? Those pieces that you're going to add on a regular basis. And then there are those pieces that are going to stay in your wardrobe for years to come. So you don't have to think about, your wardrobe as a revolving door. Okay. It's a slower process. And, it's actually, for me, it should be more of an intimate process. When I think about my wardrobe, I have a small walk-in closet, and everything is subjective. To some people, I may have a lot of clothes. To some people, I may not have a lot of clothes, but I do have a lot of fancy pieces. I do have a wardrobe that reflects my love for sparkly, shiny things and tulle and volume and all those types of things. But it's not the largest wardrobe. And when I look at it, I'm like, okay, my wardrobe no longer reflects um things about me. So your wardrobe should evolve over time. So I'm in the process of actually identifying the things that I want in my wardrobe now, things that are going to reflect more function and comfort. Like I don't want to be uncomfortable anymore, and I shouldn't have to. So when you think about your personal style, those are also things to take into consideration. Level of comfort, what changes can you make so that your personal style is something that not only works to amplify your impact, but it's comfortable, it's functional, it's flexible. Okay. So those are the that's the D and the I. And now we're going to move on to the V and the A in Diva Essentials. So V, view your wardrobe or view your style as a strategic asset. So I talked about the investment. So you understand that investing in your personal style is is an investment in yourself. And now we're going to take it a step further and think about it as a strategic asset. So often the way I approach things is, if I'm having a meeting with a certain group of people, I think about, well, how do I want to influence how I'm perceived in this setting? If I want to be perceived as someone, who stands out, or if I want to elevate my presence, what colors and what patterns, or, what accessories, like a pair of glasses, what can I wear to set the tone? So for example, if I'm meeting with a creative group of people, I may wear my creative frames. I don't even have them now. But I have, several pairs of glasses, colors and shapes and things like that. So I may wear a more fun pair of glasses. But if I'm in a more formal setting, maybe I'll wear something a little more reserved, or maybe I'll wear something slightly more traditional, but maybe in a fun print or color, because I still want to show that stamp of personality. So when we think about viewing your style as a strategic asset, it's those little things. How do you want to be perceived in that setting? Where will I be? Who will I be meeting with? And what impressions do I want to give? So view your wardrobe as a strategic asset. What are your goals? We've all heard dressing for the job that you want versus where you are. And that is real. That is so real. Clothing does impact how you view yourself, and it can impact how you think. It can help you embody more strategic qualities, quote unquote CEO like qualities, bigger picture thinking skills. I can't talk today. So the way you dress can impact how you perceive yourself, ultimately allowing you to channel, these other higher thinking characteristics. So essentially, that's that's a long way of saying, um, fake it till you make it. So there are measurable impacts associated with style, including how much you make and, the levels to which you ascend, and even relationships. I have developed so many relationships based on style, whether it's me, noticing something interesting and or just wow, spectacular about someone's clothing, or whether it's me being complimented about something that I wear. Style is kind of like a universal language, like music, right? It's like art. So, viewing your wardrobe as a strategic asset and using it to help you shape a narrative, tell a story, that's a real thing. So, changing your mindset about clothing. It's not just about something utilitarian. It's about, again, being intentional and also being bold. And we're going to talk about that a little bit more in the A of the DIVA Essentials, and that's amplify your impact. So you are already making impact. We talked about this. You are a woman of substance. You are bringing a lot to the table, but you've kind of let your style move to the background or just be like a silent, nondescript supporting character. It's time to bring your style to the forefront. It's time to let your style embody the main character energy that you bring to the work that you do and the impact that you make on the world. Okay. So, what can you do to do that? Well, what do you like? What colors do you like? What patterns? What styles? Are there interesting little things that you can do? So, I talk about eyewear in my book, Find Your Fabulous. I talk about how you can create an eyewear wardrobe, accessorize, accessorize. You can accessorize by creating an eyewear wardrobe. Maybe that's your thing. Or maybe one pair of glasses is your thing. Like, think about people in your life who maybe have a signature item, whether it's a signature hairstyle, think Anna Wintour, or someone who has a signature accessory, eyeglasses, Iris Apfel. Or, so think about what you can pull from that is authentic to you, that you can use to create a almost not a persona around, but maybe a signature style item. So, what is that signature style item for you? For me, I love tulle skirts, and people often send me. It seems like every couple of years they say tulle skirts are in style. They're never out of style, but whatever. People need something to write about, so people often send me articles and they DM me tulle skirts, or they'll see somebody in a tulle skirt and say they thought of me. That is the power of developing a signature style item. And the beauty of it is you're essentially branding yourself. And we all know the power of a strong brand. Brands evoke emotion, like Apple, that's an easy one. Amazon, that's another one. So these are brands that as soon as you hear a name, there are certain thoughts and feelings and experiences that come back to you as it relates. So what thoughts and feelings and experiences do you want people to have when they see a signature item? I mean, I absolutely love the fact that people think of me when they think of Tool. Like, I want to be thought of and in a positive way. So I'm essentially helping to bring a little cheer to the world. And I want you to do the same thing through your personal style. Okay. So amplify your impact by really digging deep inside and figuring out what are those little details that say, okay, that amplify who you are. When you do these things, when you implement the Diva Essentials, define your style identity, invest in yourself, start viewing your style and your wardrobe as a strategic asset, and then using it to amplify your impact by adding those signature pieces and by really not dialing back, dialing up and leaning into the power of style. When you do that, you'll be more clear, you'll be more focused about how you look, the correlation between how you show up and certain other outcomes in your life. So, what do you think? Diva Essentials. That's easy, right? It is easy when you take it in steps. So, if you need to rewatch this to remember the Diva Essentials, cool. Share this with someone who may need it, because one of the things that I often hear when I speak to women, when I have discovery calls, they want to talk about their style and they feel like developing a sense of style that empowers them, makes them feel more comfortable shopping and getting dressed and selecting outfits and pulling things together. It's it's achievable. And women often feel like it's not achievable, or they want to know, well, like I just don't know where to start. So the Diva Essentials gives you a place to start. It gives you a place to start and a framework and all that stuff. So yeah, hang on. Let me get this off my screen. Okay, we're gonna stop sharing. There we go. Ow. All right. So yeah, the Diva Essentials. What do you think? I want you to try it out and let me know what you think. And also, I encourage you to stay tuned for more details about my workshop. It's coming in February 2025. So follow me on Instagram at The Fearless Fashionista or at The Secrets of Stylish Women. Okay. And if you really want to stay connected, because we know there's a lot of shady stuff going on with social media, sign up for my newsletter. It's thefearlessfashionista.com/join-the-list. And this is a place where you get to hear from me first about all things related to the Fearless Fashionista and the Secrets of Stylish Women. Those are both brands of the Fearless Fashionista. So check me out, join the list. And you get exclusives, you get to hear from me first before I post on social media. I am building a community and I want you to be a part of it. My own community, not the community that is hosted by these social media platforms that can pull you at almost any time. So I want you to be able to have direct access to me. And you can also hear from me on my blog. You'll find that also on the Fearless Fashionista. So there we have it with today's episode. Tag me at the Fearless Fashionista and let me know what you think of this episode. Post your comments below. Share this with your friends. I know I'm telling you to do a lot of things or asking you to do a lot of things. So I'll leave you with this. Join my list. Share this podcast with someone who may need it, or consider going through the framework and creating your own style roadmap by following the Diva Essentials. So you can do any one of those things, okay? And something else you can do for yourself, I'm going to give you a style prompt. So I want you to step out of your comfort zone. Step out of your comfort zone a little by trying a monochromatic look. Monochromatic. And I actually have a great example behind me. So monochromatic essentially means that you're going to wear a focused, you're going to wear a color pretty much from head to toe, but it's not just going to be it's not just about wearing a suit in the same color. It's about layering different tones and textures. So if I'm wearing a burgundy suit, I'm going to wear, let's say I have a burgundy pantsuit, so the blazer and the pants, but then I'll have on maybe a shell that is a burgundy that is not as concentrated. And maybe I'll have a pin on my lapel that has a pattern on it that includes different colors, different shades of burgundy and wine. And then for my boots or my shoes, maybe I'll have another dimension. Maybe it's the same color, but it's a different texture. It's a suede, or maybe there's some fur. So I encourage you to go out and try a monochromatic look. And I'll give you a little tip. So if you have a colorful coat, that's a great way to have a monochromatic look. So for example, I have a dusty pink coat, dusty rose. So I would take that and pair it with, maybe I have a pair of hot pink pants, and I have a pair of pink and gray Oxfords. So just layering different colors, using a statement coat to create that cohesive flow. So use your coat to kind of dictate the color story. So try something monochromatic. That is your style prompt for the week. And if you want to try it out, post it on Instagram, tag me at the Fearless Fashionista, or you can email me, Lauren at thefearlessfashionista.com, and show me your look. So that's it for today. I hope you learned a lot, and I hope you are encouraged, and I hope that you understand that you can improve your style. So again, stay tuned, comment below, share. We want to spread the love and keep it going. So thank you for listening. I'm out of breath. Be fearless. Be fearless. Stay fashionable. Have fun. All right now.